Hello, hockey fans. It's Saturday night, and you know what that means. We've got some live ACAC hockey action coming up for you in about 15 minutes' time between the visiting Red Deer Polytechnic Kings and your SAIT Trojans. Both teams currently sitting on top of the standings with a 2-1 record early on in this season. My name is Brett Lipkuski. I'm going to have the action for you here tonight, and I'm joined by my good friend Will Manzik. Will, how's it going tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm really excited for this match. If you've seen these two teams play before, it's very well known that these teams do not like each other one bit. Coming off the second of a back-to-back where these two teams met last night in Red Deer with the Kings taking home a 4-2 win to tie themselves up at the top of the standings with SAIT. And right now, these two teams are going to get it on all over again tonight. They're second of 4 meetings this season, and I'm really excited for it. What are you looking to see tonight?
Well, we said these teams don't like each other, so I'm looking for discipline from SAIT, especially with last year. They were a really undisciplined team. So looking to see, because this year they seem a lot more disciplined, so I'm looking to see if they can stay disciplined throughout the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Discipline going to be a big key to victory for them tonight. But one thing they have been doing well is on that penalty kill where they have not given up one power play goal yet in 3 games so far this season, while the power play has been on fire right now. 5 for 9 on the year, although going 0 for 3 last night in Red Deer. Will, who are you kind of looking for tonight to be key players for both teams?
I'm looking at Mackenzie Welke and Zach Huber on SAIT. Last year they were top goal getters, and they just haven't quite found the back of the net yet. I'm sure that's going to change, so I'm looking at them. And then over in Red Deer, I'm looking at Hayden Clayton and Jacob Wozni. Both are top point getters, but top penalty getters as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You get a bit of the good, you get a bit of the bad with those two players. For me personally, I'm looking for SAIT. You know I love a good defenseman, Dylan Skeeves. It's only been 3 games, but the defenseman's got 2 goals on the season right now. He's the only defenseman in the ACAC with multiple goals, and 4 of the 10 SAIT goals have come from their D-core. So they're getting good production from the back line there. And then for the Red Deer Kings, I'm looking at number 23, Jacob Kendall. Picked up his first goal of the year last night in the 4-2 victory. He led the ACAC in points last season, picking up his first point last night in 3 games. I'm looking for him to really start building momentum off of that one. We're going to have the puck drop in about 10 minutes time coming up right here at Winsport, so just hang tight, everybody. Hello, hockey fans. Welcome here live to Winsport in Calgary, Alberta. Your puck drop just underway in this live ACAC men's hockey game here between the visiting Red Deer Polytechnic Kings and your SAIT Trojans. I'm Brett Lipkowski. I'm on the call for you here tonight. I'm joined by Will. Will, what are you looking for tonight?
I'm looking to see how these teams react. Obviously, they don't like each other. I want to see how SAIT reacts to taking a loss last night. And I want to see how Red Deer can handle, can they take it 2 in a row from them?
Yeah, absolutely. These two teams meeting last night here as that shot goes wide. They met last night in Red Deer. The Kings taking a 4-2 win at home, which brings both teams to 2-1 on the year, tied for first place early on in this ACAC season, along with the University of Alberta Augustana as well, also at 2-1. We got a rematch in goal as well from last night. Fredette in net here for the Kings, while on the Trojan side of things, we have Boston Bilwa once again. Will, can you break down the goalie matchup for us a little bit?
Well, Boston Bill is by far one of the best rookie goalies. Last year in Estevan in the SJHL, he was playoff MVP and had, I think, a 2.1 goals against. And over in Red Deer, he's got a really solid goalie, not a lot of rebounds, just strong altogether, just eats every puck up, really.
Absolutely. Fredette making 29 saves last night in the victory. Reached just about the 2-minute mark here as the puck is set right back into the Trojan zone. Chase Filguris, the second-year Trojan, former Humboldt Bronco, behind the net, loses the handle on it, out in front. The puck comes early, saved by Bilwa. Puck fired towards the net, another turnover, and now it's Knights. He takes a stick up high, referee's arm goes up, and an early penalty coming the way of the Trojans. Will, something that you were saying in the pregame that they have been working on is their discipline.
Yeah, just, SAIT scrambling in their own zone, doing anything to try and get that puck out, and the stick just gets up high.
Yeah. Carson Welke here going to serve the early penalty. Only 2:02 gone in this game. Both teams going 0 for 3 last night in Red Deer. The Kings only 2 for 15 early on in this season, struggling with the man advantage, while the Trojans yet to give up a goal down a man this season. Kings going to get things going here from inside their own blue line. It's going to be Kendall laying it off. It's dumped in by Miller. Kendall, of course, leading the ACAC last year in points. Only 1 goal to his name so far this season. Now, I saw these two teams play in the preseason, and I saw Kendall play a little bit of defense as well as offense, kind of playing wherever his team needs him this season, as that puck goes all the way around the boards. 45 seconds gone in the power play. Kings have to go all the way back to retrieve as Davis gets things going here. Leaves it for Miller. Very nice setup here on the PK for the Trojans. Puck is gained into the zone, though. Pushed alongside the boards. As Kings try to gain some sort of control of the puck. They're pushed into the boards, and the puck is fired all the way down. Long John to go back for it for the Kings. Long John leading, tied for the lead on the Kings with 3 points so far in the season. Puck comes back to Clayton. He tries to set it back to the point. It's kept in. Opportunity now for the Kings. Trying to center it. Good defensive play by Skeeves. Sent back to the point now. Galvis sending it over to Wozni. Trying to go cross ice. Misses everybody, and that's going to do it for this early power play. Back to even strength as Welke back on the ice.
Keeping it at 100% so far.
You absolutely love to see it for a team that really struggled with their discipline last year, taking a lot of penalties. They also, more importantly, gave up a ton of costly power play goals last season. But so far staying perfect, down a man as Machado now comes the other way. Brandon Machado, 4 points in his first 3 games. Currently tied for first in the league. Might only be 3 points in, but you'd love to see it from the first-year player for the Trojans. The puck is set in. Bilwa comes out to play it. Just sent out through center. Davis retreats. That pass misses. Kings were looking for Mikhailovic on that one. The native of Copenhagen, Denmark. Not able to get on the end of that pass. Bit of a scramble there as both teams had men changing. Now Iso gains the line. Throws it down low for Kendall along the far side boards. Puck fired around. As Huber finishes his check right in front of us here. Casey, outlet pass, looking for Welke. Just can't connect. Bit of a scramble here. Puck just shoveled towards the net. Can't get through. Good job to keep that puck in by Galvis. Puck finally sent out to center. Mackenzie Welke now. Just gonna gain the blue line, throw it up in the air and grab a change. 6 minutes gone here in the first period, Will. What have you liked so far from both teams?
I like the way that Red Deer's been able to control this play. They've controlled the whole 6 minutes so far. SAIT's really scrambled in their defensive zone, and they don't really look like they have their feet yet under them. But SAIT, as the penalty killing unit, was very calm and cool and collected and didn't really pressure anything and made it super simple.
Yeah, absolutely. Playing well on the defensive end despite not really getting much going. But Sidaway now tries to get around a second defender. Puck comes all the way back for Dylan Skeeves. He leaves it for Cox. The two newcomers for the Trojans, tied early on with 2 goals apiece for the Trojans. More control from the Kings and a nice save there. And we got a cross-check penalty coming up on the play as it looks like it's going on Ettinger. Shrugging his shoulders, he did not like the call, but he's gonna go to the box either way.
Yeah, one of those, trying to get out of the way. SAIT got into his way, just threw him over with the stick. So.
First power play of the game coming up for the Trojans. Will, how's the Trojans power play look so far this year?
They looked really good in that first weekend against Portage where they went 5 for 6, but yesterday they went 0 for 3. So they gotta really look to find a way to break that little skid right there and see if they can put one behind into the back of the net to start off this game with a pretty decent start in the first 7 minutes.
Absolutely. SAIT, despite going 0 for 3 last night, still with by far #1 in the league. As Skeeves comes all the way in, scrambled, but Fredette able to get on top of that one. SAIT over 55% on the power play so far in this season. No other team anywhere near that number, as I don't think any other team is over 30%. But it's still early on in the year. A lot of hockey to be played. These two teams, second of 4 regular season meetings. They played each other twice in the preseason as well. So you know these teams not only know each other well, but they also know that they don't like each other. Dylan Skeeves now behind his own net. Sends it up one for Carrier. Sent back to Skeeves as they set up. Treno throws it down low for Carrier. Machado also out there, as well as Sidaway. 5 brand new Trojans on the power play. As Mufford now, opportunity shorthanded, loses the handle on it. Does a good job to get it back though. Trenum's able to knock him off the puck. We're gonna get some fresh power play players here for the Trojans. So we're just over halfway through this opening power play. Skeeves behind his net, just really slowing down the play. Tanis, Miller, Jenkins out there as well, and Dylan Williamson. Williamson, the 3rd-year player. Puck set down low. Comes back to Miller at the point. For Jenkins, back to Miller. He's got some space, he winds. Glove save up and off the glass. That pass for Miller misses him and he has to retreat out of the zone. They dump it back in, Felgueras after it as we were back to five-a-side hockey. Both teams picking up where they left off last night on the power play with nothing. 9 minutes gone here in the first. Puck sent all the way down. Big save by Bilwa there off of Nolan Dole. Toter going back for it. He's got Carson Welke all over him. Does a good job, though, to find a teammate. They look cross-ice. Great pass for Holden Knights. Loses the handle on it as he could not control that saucer pass. He regains his own and just throws it down there as he's crunched into the boards. Will Trojans a little lucky there to not be on a breakaway the other end.
Yeah, Holden Knight just mishandled that puck, had a golden opportunity to get in on a loan on Billis.
Knights with a second chance, but that pass also bounces off his stick. Frustrating shifts for Holden Knights. The name of Warman, Saskatchewan. And there's a couple of Saski boys here. We love to see all the Saskatchewan players that are in this league.
We do.
Puck behind the Kings net. Good job by Edinger to control it. Sends it across to Kendall. The captain just throws it to the opposite corner. Moore goes after it. Nice safe play to find Machado, who leaves it for Trenum. Back to retrieve it there is Sklarek. Trenum going down hard behind the net. Stays in the play, though. Kendall now, opportunity the other way. He's going to look for someone in the middle. Finds Mofford, but he had no angle. But centering pass, big save. Third opportunity is fired home. And it's Jacob Kendall, the captain, getting on the board early. 9:12 to go here in the first period. Kings take an early 1-0 lead.
Yeah, SAIT has really scrambled here defensively, letting Red Deer just kind of walk in. Billis, not much more than he was able to do there. Made two pretty good saves and had that third one just right there and just past his reach going to the back of the net. Back-to-back games now for Jacob Kendall scoring here against SAIT.
Hoping to find his scoring touch from last season, where he was your ACAC leader in points. Back-to-back games now for Kendall with a goal. Trojans trying to go the other way. Knocked off the puck was Williamson. Looked like he may have played that offside, but the play continues. It's Felgueras now. Goes across for Schmier. Schmier finds Cox. Tries to go to the center. Puck takes a deflection. And Fredette had to be on that one. And for Trojans goaltender Boston Bilwa, the struggles continue against this Red Deer team, but you really can't blame him for that goal, can you?
No, I mean, he didn't really get a lot of help from his defenseman either. They kind of just let Red Deer walk in there.
Yeah, absolutely not enough help from the defense really closing out those Kings forwards. And it was an absolute gimme for Kendall. Casey tries to clear it out, takes a deflection off the stanchion. The other way come the Kings, unable to capitalize. But now it's Miller. Potential odd man rush the other way, but he loses the handle. Now it's Galvis. On Skeeves. Skeeves does a nice job to bully him off the puck and not give him the angle there. Trojans just feel a bit of a step behind here right now, Will, as that one goes for icing.
Yeah, it feels like SAIT just kind of hasn't really brought their game that they normally bring. They just haven't, like, they really haven't looked like that team they normally are in the first period. They almost look like they forgot that they had to play this period.
A little bit, it seems, at certain points, as they just find themselves unable to really quite figure out that chemistry and get the puck from player to player. Knights tries to center that one. It's turned over, but it's kept in the zone. Miller couldn't clear. Now it's Miller for The Kings the other way. Puck goes offhand as takes a deflection, and the Kings will reclaim the puck and continue this possession game that they have been putting in masterfully in the first period. Welke, disappointing turnover there as he's looking for his brother Mackenzie. Finally able to find the puck, the stick, excuse me, of Dylan Skeeves, the Pickering, Ontario native, trying to get the play going. Finds Carson. He's out there with Huber and his twin brother Mackenzie. And of course the third Welke brother, the younger one, Spencer's backing up Bilwa tonight as your backup goalie for the Trojans. An absolute locker room leader for the Trojans. He brings so much energy to the team, you love it. Puck takes a deflection off the boards, nearly comes out in front. Kendall reclaims. Puck is jammed against the boards, finally comes free. It's behind the Trojans' net. Nice play there from Iso. And Mofford now. These are for Ettinger. Moore, nice puck movement. That centering pass misses, and that shot goes right into the glove of Boston Bilwa. Trojans forward Braden Jenkins back for a second year, but it seems like they're missing that second line magic that he had with Tanner Klassen and Liam Freeborn from last season.
Yeah, it seems like they don't quite have that chemistry yet on that second line.
Those three were able to really move the puck around last year and dominate possession for long stints last season. And it just seems like a lot of new faces, and they're still figuring it out right now. Speaking of figuring it out, the referee currently having a conversation here with the Red Deer coach, Trevor Keeper.
Gotta assume it's about our scoreboard going off for a few seconds there, and then coming back on and then flickering off again.
Some growing pains as well for the event staff here for the SAIT Trojans, as of course SAIT Campus Center closed down. It's under renovations for the next 3 to 5 years. So Winsport is the temporary home of the SAIT Trojans men and women's hockey team. Of course, we want to thank Winsport for offering to be the home of the Trojans this year. It's Carrier now, gains center, drops it for Machado, who just backhands it towards the goal. Ettinger now throws it all the way across center ice, finds Iso, but he couldn't control it. Now Trenum now the other way. Wrong the right-hand side. Taken off the puck, good defensive play. Dylan Skeeves struggling to find a lot of space from his back end. He loves to really skate with it and show off his speed. That pass misses Moore. Good play to keep it in from Clayton. Moved around to Sklarek, behind the net. He stops, throws it towards the goal. One-timer, just unable to put it away. It was Clayton. He had a wide open net. Referee's arm is up. We're gonna have a delayed penalty coming up here. It's finally touched up. And we got a tripping penalty coming to the Kings.
Huge opportunity here for SAIT to get back even in this game with this power play up now.
And Hayden Clayton, who missed a golden opportunity with an open net on the one-timer, his shift gets worse as he takes the trip only seconds later, and now he's going to sit in the box for two. Trojans really need to take advantage of this power play, because right now it feels like they're lucky to not be down by multiple goals.
Oh, yeah, they're lucky that Billis is in net and it's only 1-0, because it very easily could be a 3 or 4-0 game.
Good opportunities. One-timer there. Welke just unable to send it home as he did not get everything he wanted on that one. The Welkies out here on the power play with Moore, Cox, and Huber. Fired around, kept in by Huber. Across to Moore, back to Huber. From the point, his shot stopped by Fredette. Noah with the breakout pass. Loves to do that. A goalie that is very comfortable playing the puck. Felgiris now out there. He holds it in at the point, sends it down low. Pass misses both Welkies, but Huber makes the pinch and keeps it in. Back to Felgiris. Smart play there, just throwing it along the boards, keeping possession. Centering pass, misses. Felgiris with a nice play to keep it in. And his shot goes sailing wide. Knights now on the second opportunity. He's going to send it all the way down with 45 seconds left to go in the power play. Felgiris gets it going. Going to stop, drop it back. And now it's Jenkins. Jenkins retrieves it once again. Sends it to Williamson. Back to Felgiris at the point. Jenkins, one-time pass for Hannes. He fans on the shot. Puck is set down. Just a few seconds left now on the power play. Trojans now look like they're going to go 0 for 5 now in about 4 periods of hockey against this Kings team. Centering pass though, finds Hannes. His shot stopped by Fredette. Back to 5-on-5 now. Opportunity for the Kings. Long John trying to go around the defender. He's taken off of it, but he gets it back. Backhands towards the net, takes a deflection just wide. That puck is sent off the glass, going to go all the way down. That's going to be an icing call with 1:52 left to go in the first period. Shots on goal right now favoring the Kings 9-4. As the ice has just been really tilted one way, it seems, for this 20 minutes.
Yeah, it feels like for like 18 minutes so far, we've just been in the SAIT zone.
Yeah, it's going to be Tyler Drader, the coach of the Trojans. He's going to have a lot of words for his team here in the intermission. Hannes unable to clear that one out, sent out on the second try, though. Back to center ice where Ettinger retrieves. Puck down low now. Tries to shovel it towards the net was Long John. Stopped by Bilwa. Trojans break out the other way. Brandon Machado. Partial breakaway. Comes in on goal and he fires it home as he goes roof. Brandon Machado going upstairs and tying this game at 1 for the Trojans.
And the ACAC point leader continues his reign on the league. And that's exactly what SAIT needed nearing the end of this first period. Tie it up, get back into that locker room, and regroup going out into the second period after struggling mightily in the first 10 to 15 minutes of this first period.
If the Trojans can get through this next minute 17 and take a 1-1 tie into the locker room, they're going to be thrilled with how this first period has gone to be tied right now. Nice play there by Taden Ratty to get the steal. Trojans come the other way, looking for Carrier. Sent back the other way. Just under 1 minute to go now. Potentially dangerous pass by the Trojan in front of their own net. Turns it over. Iso now down low. Bringing it in front. Second opportunity, Mofford. Big stop by Bilwa. Caden Schmier now. Schmier, another member of this almost completely revamped defensive unit for the Trojans. And 10 seconds left to go. Possibly one last opportunity for the Kings. They're unable to get onto the end of that puck, and time is going to run out here on the opening 20. Both teams battling hard right up until the end of the period. Shots on goal favoring the Kings 10-5. But the only stat that really matters is the scoreboard, and it is 1-1 as we finish the opening 20 minutes. What have you liked for both teams here, Will?
I love the pressure that Red Deer's brought into this game, really showing that they aren't afraid of any challenge and not being pushed around either. I've loved the special units from SAIT. That penalty killing unit, again, continuing their reign of 100%. And the power play unit, even though it went 0 for 2, still looked really good, brought that offensive pressure that they were lacking at even strength. So something to continue to look for into that second period.
Still 40 minutes of play here to go at Winsport. We will be back with you for second period action in 15 minutes time. Hockey fans, welcome back to Winsport here in Calgary. We got second period action coming up for you here in just a minute between the visiting Red Deer Polytechnic Kings and your SAIT Trojans. 1-1 after 20 minutes here at Winsport. Jacob Kendall getting the opening marker for the Kings. Brandon Machado leveling this game up with 1:17 left to go in the first period. Trojans a little bit lucky to come out of the first tide right now.
They are, and I hope that they come out firing in this second period. You know, really show it to Red Deer that that first period was a fluke. That's not the team.
Absolutely a deflating goal to give up late in a period for a team that seemed to dominate possession for much of the opening 20. Big opening 20 minutes there from Boston Bill on 9 saves. The only goal he given up was on an open net that nothing he could do about.
No, other than that one goal, a couple rebounds was what led to that goal. He's played really well in net, and he just needs a little bit more help from his defensemen.
A very new defensive core for the Trojans. 4 of their 6 players in the lineup tonight on the back end, new to this team this season. So they're still figuring things out. Both teams are ready here, and the puck is dropped. Second 20 underway. Skeeves just throws that one, kind of trips up Fredette a little bit, but he gets his body in front of it.
Weird bounce to start the second period there.
Almost a Oliver Ekman-Larsson in Toronto situation from a few years ago where he just fired it in from the center ice and went right in. Sidaway now, driving down, getting the puck, just unable to get a shot away. This line starting the second period, of Sidaway, Cox, and Williamson, bringing a lot of energy in the opening 45 seconds here. Edinger tries to clear, kicked away by Schmier as it's sent back down low. Cox in on the forecheck with the big body check. Schmier makes the pinch. He gets caught out of position. Nice job by Felgueris, though, to take his man, Long John, off the puck. Trojans coming out and much better here in the opening minute of the second as Carrier gets a shot from the slot that's just turned aside by Fredette. Down low, Trenum misses Schmier, and Felgueris has to go all the way back. Boston Bilwall comes out to play it. Machado just sends it deep. Trenum gonna chase after it. Trenum, who played in the ACAC last year with the Nate Ooks, making the move down south to Calgary. That shot goes firing wide. Mofford. That pass goes off a skate. Back out to center. Here comes Jenkins. As he missed Miller, Carey picked it up but brought it in just offside. 2 minutes gone here in the second period. Much better period for the Trojans so far.
So much better. You can always tell what type of period the Trojans are going to have by that first couple minutes with the intensity they bring. They're at their best when they are firing on all cylinders with a whole bunch of intensity. And they've really brought it here to start this period. They're throwing the body around a lot more and controlling the play.
Coach Drader of the Trojans, whatever he said in the locker room in the opening, in between the periods here, really seem to have lit a spark under this team. Chance the other way for the Kings. Easily steered aside. Battle here in the neutral zone, right in front of us. Puck played back to Taden Ratty. Taden, the younger brother of former NHLer Ty Ratty. That centering pass. Jenkins from a bad angle, looking for the net. Just did not have the angle to put it in. Miller now the other way. 3 Kings forward, it's a 3-on-1. Beautiful defensive play by Casey to break up that pass. Casey, who had the brilliant assist on that first goal, doing it on both sides of the ice. Welke now, McKenzie, the captain. Goes back to Skeeves at the point. His shot fires it high. Moore now down low. Carson Welke centers it. Huber not able to get a shot away. Both teams battling down low. Sent in now, it's the Welke's now 2-on-1. McKenzie into the middle for Skeeves. Whistle goes though, as behind the play, right in front of the Trojans bench, we're gonna have a call coming, and that's Zach Huber, I believe, going to the box for the Trojans. Did you see what the call was there, Will?
It looks like he's been called with high sticking there, but I didn't see a stick go up high. I saw hands go up high on the hip, but I didn't see a stick go up high.
Well, either way, a great opportunity from the Trojans, wiped off the board. And the Kings gonna get a power play early on in this second period. Trojans gonna have to put that perfect penalty kill on the line once again. Sent down low to Kendall. Keegan Casey with the nice play, throws it around the boards. It's gonna be held in by Miller. Goes all the way across to Iso. Kendall down low on this power play, not playing the point as he did in the first one. As the captains came together there. Puck is fired all the way back down to the other end of the ice. 40 seconds gone. Miller now tries to get around Casey. Iso now gains the line, throws it down low for Kendall. He tries to center it. Sent behind the net. Still 55 seconds to go. Big stop by Bilwa. Iso now from the left circle. Iso now from the top of the slide. Takes a deflection high and wide. Casey tries to throw with his glove, but some good possession here from the Kings. And that shot goes right into the glove of Boston Bilwa. 21 seconds left to go. And, well, I'm loving what I'm seeing from Keegan Casey, the first-year student from Hammonds Plains, Nova Scotia.
Yes, he's bringing the body out, and he's done a good job on the playing defense so far. Broken up a couple plays here with his stick, and just really doesn't look out of place at all.
Absolutely, he's fitting into this Trojans team nicely.
I also love the intensity from Skives as well. He's a gritty defenseman that makes his presence known on the blue line.
Absolutely, Dylan Skeeves is a fantastic player, and an absolute hockey fans type of guy. If you've seen his headshot, he's got the flow, he's got the missing teeth, everything you want in a hockey player. Of course, for Keegan Casey, he also had that beautiful apple there in the first period when he set up Machado on that breakaway. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Trojans penalty kill coming through again for them. They're back to 5 aside. Puck comes out to center. And Clayton, much like he did in the first period, he just seems to be struggling to pick up some of those passes. Carrier now. Leaves it for Trenum. Throws it down low. Battle of the skates here. Big hit from behind by Long John on Carrier, who goes down hard. Long John's gonna head to the box here.
I feel like this is a pretty simple one on what we're calling.
Did you see what the call was there, Will?
Boarding for the Red Deer Kings there. So they're down 2 minutes, 5-on-4. SAIT has a chance to jump up ahead here.
Of course, my broadcast partner Will here, the rules expert, former referee. Williamson down low, sends it all the way around the boards. Back to Miller at the point, who drops it for Skeeves. Goes across to Jenkins. Shot is blocked by Ettinger. Those two are going to battle down low. Williamson again controls the puck. Same play once again as they go back to Skeeves. Across to Jenkins. Skeeves now from the top of the circle. And that pass from Williamson misses everybody. Billwaw's going to come all the way out to play it. These are for Skeeves as the Trojans get a change here. Welke, and Huber. Now the forwards for the Trojans. Good pass by Skeeves to find Huber across ice. Finds Mackenzie Welke. One-time pass for Cox, just misses. And that shot goes right into the Trojans bench. Minute gone here in the power play. I think the Trojans were giving it to him a little bit there for shooting it into the bench.
Yeah, Spencer Welke, you know, he's not starting a net, but he's going to get in on some action tonight. Giving it there to Red Deer for, you know, putting it into the bench instead of being able to fire it down the ice.
Spencer Welke, the backup goalie for the Trojans, your prototypical little brother on the bench. That puck is going to come out of the zone. Huber comes back to retrieve it. Nice pass by Cox there to find Carson. Good patience. Trojans do a good job to control, but it's sent back out to center right as I say that, with Dole making the intercept. Mikhailovich now short-handed, second attempt, fires it home.
Back-to-back nights for Red Deer with short-handed goals as well. So far, that's been the only special units team that has produced offense, has been the penalty killing unit for Red Deer.
Absolutely, you gotta, if you're coach Tyler Trader for the Trojans, you have to be scratching your head. Not one goal given up shorthand, not one goal given up down a man all season, but this is their second goal that they've given up with the man advantage in back-to-back nights. I don't understand it at all, Will. Still 17 seconds left to go in the power play. Carrier now, he's gonna wheel behind his net, bring it through center, gains the zone. Felgueras just barely keeps it in, finds Carrier. The struggles now continue against this Kings penalty kill. 0 for 6 now against the Kings. Quite the fall from 5 for 6 against Portage.
0 for 6 with 2 goals against.
Yeah, not what you want to see from the power play units of the Trojans. That shot is blocked by Clayton. Sends it out to Long John. Mikhailovich, another player for the Kings, picking up his first point of the year. That's now In 3.5 games, Will, that's now 18 different players on the Red Deer Kings who have registered at least a point.
That's what makes good teams great, is when it's team first and not one player putting up all the numbers.
Absolutely. Scoring by committee are the Kings. Go across there. Nice shot. And a glove save there from Bilwa. I want to go back to Spencer Welke a little bit there. The backup goalie for the Trojans. A fan favorite, absolutely. He's one of our favorites as well. The backup goalie wearing the normal helmet there. He's got the towel wrapped around the neck. A little bit of the class clown, would you say?
Yeah, well, I mean, last year, Brock Wachowski definitely was that locker room guy. He graduated out, so they had a hole there to fill, and I think Spencer Welke's done more than just fill it.
Absolutely. We hear him before every game, yelling his head off, getting the team pumped up. And, I mean, you got to love the fact that the Trojans decided to bring in the younger brother of the twins, Mackenzie and Carson. Love the team atmosphere of the Trojans. Big hit there by Hannes right in our face. Kendall gains his own, takes a shot, that's deflected, he gets it back. And Bilwa able to cover that one up as it goes right into the Trojans logo. How about the Trojans' new jerseys as well this year, going with the blacks?
Very nice jerseys. Upgrades, I would say, over last year's jerseys. They got the little string right under the neck there to give it really a sweater feel.
Absolutely, and I mean, you know us, we're a couple of sweater heads when it comes to hockey. NHL just releasing their reverse retros, so we like to see some new, fresh looks, even in the ACAC. Big shot block there by Hannes. He's going to chase it down, but Toder's going to get back to it first. And they are bumping right in front of us. I keep saying it's happening right in front of us. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose or what.
They're just trying to make sure we're involved in the action here too.
Toder now down low, sends it to Mofford across. That's Davis now. This is some more of that possession that we saw in the first period from the Kings. Toder, his shot, well high of the net. Puck gets past everybody. No icing on the play. Jenkins gonna go all the way to get it first. Tries to center it, but he turns it over. Miller accidentally taken down by his own player there, but he gets back into play. Pass misses. Cox now the other way. 3-on-2. Pass for Sidaway, missing him. Nearly leads to a chance the other way. Nice move by Sidaway now with a chance from the left circle. Tries to center it. Skeeves just sends that one towards the net. Easily steered aside by Fredette. The puck comes all the way back out to center, and Moore retrieves it. Sidaway claiming he got a stick on that puck, but the refs disagree. They're going to call icing on the play. 8.5 minutes to go here in the second period, live at Winsport. Trojans getting doubled up right now, currently in shot total and in goals. Shots favoring the Kings 16-8. Ettinger at the point, keeps it in. Cox now sends it across. Williamson tries to play it past Galvis. Unable to do so, and it's sent back the other way. Galvis now playing it through center. I don't know if Knights was trying to play it with his skate there, or if he was just trying to jump out of the way of that puck, but either way, he got some air on that one. Sit away, good job to keep that puck in. Carson Welke battling, able to find a teammate, Huber. Fredette has to get his stick up there and just bats it away. Both teams battling down low behind the Kings net. Carson Welke tries to center it, fans on it, gets it back. Sends it across for McKenzie, who just couldn't get his stick on it. As the Welke's looking for a little twin magic. Well, it always seems like they know where each other are on the ice, whether or not they're looking at each other or not.
Yeah, they always seem to find those passes, whether they're behind the backs, no look, across the ice. They always find each other, and 9 times out of 10, they're scoring on those as well.
Looks like the Kings brought that one in offside. Red Deer Kings also sporting some new jerseys this year, going with the green and the white, kind of Dallas Stars colors. I don't know if I'd give it quite as high of a grade as the Trojans was, though.
No, I don't think I would either. I think they could have gone with those retro Los Angeles Kings jerseys, and they definitely would be up there in the top ACAC jerseys.
Yeah, when you think Kings, you think black and white, and maybe a little bit of purple, but either way, they don't care what jerseys they're wearing as long as they're winning. Bilwa makes the nice save there as he looked to be screened a little bit on that shot. Able to steer it up and out of play for a whistle with 7:06 left to go in the second period.
We've started to see the intensity drop a bit from SAIT, especially on that offensive pressure here. It is nowhere near what it was when we started the second period.
Absolutely. I feel like that shorthanded goal just seemed to deflate them a little bit. Belcourt setting that one low. Casey going to get to it first. He were looking for Carson Welke, unable to find him, so he just sends it down low. Puck played through center ice. Wasn't losing the handle on it though, but it's turned over. Long John right in front of the net. Tries to sneak it through Bilwa, but he's able to cover that one up. For a whistle with 6:36 left to go. For SAIT next week, back-to-back nights here, they're going to be having a home and away against their up province rivals, Nate, who are currently sitting undefeated on the season at only 1-0, but Nate looking like a strong team once again, Will.
Yes, they are. You know, Nate's just kind of always been one of those teams that they're going to be competitive no matter the year and no matter their roster as well.
Next Friday night, that game, the first half of that back-to-back is going to be right here at Winsport. We're going to have the action for you live here on ACAC TV. Carrier now, gaining the zone, trying to find Trentham, just could not get his stick on the end of that one as he was streaking towards the net. Iso now, 1-on-2, doesn't have much for support. Does a good job to try and get around Skeeves with a second effort from the big defenseman. Knocking him off the puck. Schmier now behind his own net, loses the handle on it right in front of the net, and Mofford pots it home. Another giveaway by the Trojans, leading to a goal. And it's now 3-1 for the Kings.
It's kind of feeling like deja vu from yesterday, where we had the second period start off with a shorthanded goal, and now late in the second period, Red Deer scores again, making it 3-1.
Yeah, that's 3 second period goals yesterday from the Kings in that one, leading them to victory at home against these same Trojans. Now find themselves with that insurance goal again, with 5.5 minutes to go here in the second period. Kept in once again at the line. Centering pass, turned aside. Shot from the point by Ettinger. not getting through the defense this time. Miller with a nice little spin there. He drives down low. But we're going to have an interference call coming up to the Kings here. It's going to be number 74, Holden Knights. The former LaRange Ice Wolf of the SJHL. Going to serve 2 or less here in the box with 5:10 to go. And for the Trojans, Will, they got to find a way to get that power play going.
They need to get a goal here. Get right back into this game. You don't want to go into the third period down 2. If you can get one here, there's still time to at least try and tie it up before going into that third period.
And there it is, right away off the power play. It's going to be number 28, Ty Carrier, getting the goal.
Some say commentator's curse, I say commentator's fortune.
I mean, I'm going to give you the credit for you on that one, because that was brilliant timing. I didn't even get a chance to call it. It was already in the net. And that's more like we want to see from the Trojans, just working the puck around. And they did that in about 5 to 6 seconds there on the power play, getting that goal and cut the lead to 1.
Snapping that 0 for 6 drought on the power play as well.
I think that might have been Brett Trenum, number 12, who had that pass from the high slot. Either way, I loved what I saw from the team there, working the puck around. Back to within 1. And there's Skeeves now gaining the zone, make a nice pass to Carrier. And Brandon Machado picking up the second apple of that one, his second point of the game, 6th of the season. Going to find himself back on top of the ACAC standings here. And what a pickup that was, getting in from the Royal Military Academy out in Ontario. Chance now the other way, though. Centering pass, just missing that one. Was Tanner Sklarek. And now the other way comes Trenum. Takes the shot this time. Tries to go 5-hole, but Fredette shuts the door at the last possible moment. 4:14 to go. 1-goal hockey game. Some space, goes for the centering pass. Brilliant job there by Cox to come back and break up that one-timer. Now Gallows behind his net, got Williamson all over him. The 2 number 14s have met up more than one time tonight. Long John now. Gains the zone. Tries to throw it towards the net. Looking for a teammate. That was Wozni streaking towards the net. Cox now. 2 defenders all over him. Loses the handle on it quickly. And that one is covered up with 3:24 to go here in the second period. Shots still double in the favor of the Kings. But despite that, it's felt like a more evenly matched period for the most part, would you say?
Yeah, I would say this period has been way more even matched than the last period. Last period, Red Deer really took the play, whereas this period it's been more SAIT started hot, then it went to Red Deer, and now it's back to SAIT.
I know these two teams, they play each other a lot, they know each other well, and they like to put up a lot of goals when they play each other. Final game of the preseason. I remember being here for it on the call at Winsport. It was 6-5 in overtime in favor of the Trojans that night. Puck is finally dropped, kept in by Schmier. Mofford able to find Kendall. He hasn't taken off his stick. finally sent out of the zone. Iso finds Mofford. He's got 2 points tonight. Kendall shot into the glove of Milwaukee. Saw that one the whole time. Just over 3 minutes to go. You were looking a little bit confused there before the face-off goal. Can you tell me what was going on?
I think the Welke last name threw a little bit of confusion into the linesman there. McKenzie was pushed out of the face-off circle, switched with his twin Carson, and the other linesman, I think, thought it was still McKenzie trying to take the face-off there, and eventually I think they had to go get Schmier or Huber to go take that face-off for them.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what happened either.
Some unnecessary confusion.
Still early on in the season. Everyone's still trying to figure things out. Puck down low now, right into the slot. Back to Davis at the point. He takes a shot through traffic, but Bilwa able to locate, get his glove on this one. Clock's starting to run a little bit slower here as we've had quite a few stoppages in the last couple minutes. Of course, we mentioned earlier the Kings goalie Fredette getting a second start in a row. But he did not play in either of the first 2 matches against UAA last week. So 3 separate goalies have started so far this season for the Kings. Mackenzie Welke nearly with the steal and the break the other way. Skeeves getting the zone, dumping it in. He's taking it hard to the boards though. Davis now gains the line, gives it for Kendall. It sneaks through and fired home. And watch out, ACAC. Jacob Kendall is on fire.
3 goals in 2 games, getting right back into the top goal scoring conversation just like that. A little bit of a weak one there.
You know Boston's gonna want that one back. You gotta feel for him. I think there was a little bit of a screen from the defender, but I mean, that's no excuse for a goalie like that. You know he wants it back. And this top line of the Kings continues to dominate. Mofford, Kendall, and Iso just really putting their stamp on this one as a goal with just over 2 minutes left gives the Kings a 2-goal advantage once again.
Back-to-back nights with late period goals in the second period at least.
Phil Gears trying to find Hannes, misses him, and that goes for icing with 1:57 left to go in the second. Trojans just kind of struggling to find some good offensive chances. They made the most of what they've had, but what I'm noticing a lack of is the Welke brothers. Their ability last season to cause turnovers inside of the defensive zone on the forecheck just hasn't been there tonight.
No, they just haven't looked like the normal selves where that line last year could take over a game and really change it. They haven't really been able to do that at all really this year.
Jenkins goes down low, picks it up. Centering pass misses, but it comes back to Casey at the point. This shot way over the net. Final 90 seconds here of the period here at Winsport. Casey finishes the check on Miller, and that puck goes all the way down the ice for icing call. 1:23 left to go in the second. The Trenum Machado Carrier line back out there for the Trojans. They've had success tonight, picking up both goals. Battle down low. And Schmier goes back to center to grab it. Sends it down. And out to play it was Fredette for the Kings. They're able to escape the zone and go through center. shot takes the deflection up and out of the zone with 55 seconds left.
And one thing that's really shocked me today so far with SAIT is their lack of being able to continue the pressure. They have that couple minutes where they look unstoppable, and then it almost looks like they need a 5-7 minute breather to kind of get back into it. We never really saw that last year, where when they were on it, they were on it.
Yeah, sustained pressure, an absolute problem for the Trojans right now. They are potentially 20 minutes away from falling down to 2-2 on the season and dropping both of these back-to-back games against this Red Deer Kings team. One of them's going to improve to 3-1 after tonight and sit atop the ACAC. Chance now once again. Mihailovic takes the shot from the top of the circle, but right into the body of Bilwa with 15 seconds to go. Absolutely crucial that they don't give up any offensive opportunities here off the faceoff.
No, they have to win this faceoff, and honestly just hold it for this last 15 seconds. Try to get that breakout pass, but don't turn it over to Red Deer.
Scramble draw does come out to Clayton, but he's turned away. Diving play by Bilwa. I don't know if he got the save or not from our angle. Looks like the shot was just blocked.
It looked like Moore got in underneath and shot that one away, which is great defensive heads-up play right there. Saves SAIT another goal there. It could have been 5-2.
Absolutely. That was a very, very good opportunity for the Kings late. But no goal comes up on the board there. And after 40 minutes of play here at Winsport, Trojans are stuck to 4-2 in favor of the Red Deer Kings.
It's going to take quite the third period to get back into this and improve to 3-1 if you're SAIT.
Absolutely, but we know that this SAIT team can score in bunches. They're a very streaky team at times, and if they can come out firing in the third, they can definitely start to make some noise and perhaps get back into this one.
I'd start looking at that top line to really change the game if anything is going to happen in this third period.
Absolutely. I think if the top line of the Trojans can get something going on offense, find a way to put one past, they can really steal some momentum, and they'll start feeling that. They'll start feeling better, and they'll start really bringing the pressure going into the third. 20 minutes of play left to go here at Winsport. Third period action coming up for you in 15 minutes time. And welcome back here live at Winsport Arena B in Calgary, Alberta. We got third period action coming up for you here. Just in about a minute time between the visiting Red Deer Kings and your SAIT Trojans. The script kind of following what it did last night here, Will, as it's currently 4-2 in favor of the Kings. Same score as last night. Last 20 coming up here, Will, and what do you want to see for the Trojans if they want to get back into this one?
I want to see that top line produce some points. Show them why they were the top scoring line from last year. Obviously, all three were rookies last year with the Welke twins and Huber, so the league's going to figure them out. Great players figure out how to change how the league's thought them out.
Absolutely. And you know what? We could hear the SAIT Trojans. We could see them coming down onto the ice. They're right beside us. They are fired up, ready to go. And We apologize to anyone listening at home if our microphones picked up any unfortunate language from the Trojans players. They're a little fired up. They're ready to go. I'm Brother Kuski. I got Will Manzik with me here. A couple of Sasky boys in Calgary tonight calling some hockey. And the third period is underway. Trojans send it all the way down. We got that Machado, Carrier, Trenum line out there. Taden Ratty, nice little play there to get around a couple of guys. Machado and Trenum both with 2 points right now on the game. Sent back out to center. Driving towards the net was Trenum there, but can't shove it home. Second period goals coming shorthanded from Mihailovic. And then Mofford and Kendall getting his second of the game for the Kings. While on the power play, it was Ty Carrier. Hot and home, the Trojans' 6th power play goal of the season. Trojans need a big period here to get back into this one.
They need to limit the time Red Deer plays in their zone. They need to try and get over into the Red Deer zone and try not to have many faceoffs down in their defensive end and more in the offensive end.
Yeah, absolutely. The scoreline almost at certain points seems like it's not even that bad considering. Shots on goal favoring the Kings 29-11. Playing a really complete game are the Kings, not giving any opportunities to the Trojans. This Mofford is drilled to the boards right in front of us once again. Mofford gains his own, throws it towards net. And Bilwak just gonna hang on to that one. Minute and 37 seconds here, gone in the third period. And for the Kings, you gotta assume their game plan is just to try and keep possession of the puck as much as possible and just keep that puck deep in Trojans territory.
And kill time as fast as possible,
They're both showing they're on channel 1.
That shot nearly sailed towards the net, but just goes wide. Miller now the other way, loses the handle of it. Chase Miller, the third-year player for the Trojans.
No, you just stay where you're at.
I believe no relation to Eric Miller, who plays for the Kings. 2 Millers, don't believe there's any relation there. Breakout pass misses Jenkins. Goes all the way down to the other end of the ice. And that is another icing call. 2:15 gone in the third. And the Trojans, they seemed fired up here heading into the period, but as they skated by us, players on the ice already looking a little bit deflated at the moment.
Yeah, I think trailing again in back-to-back nights is just a really deflating thing for their morale. So I think they're going to try and get back into this game, and they're probably going to push really hard. And I just hope they don't push too hard that they make mistakes and have this lead, or the deficit, turn even more.
Absolutely. Miller sends it across. Huber blindly fires it towards the net, takes a deflection up and into the meshing for another whistle. Lots of stop-start hockey right now. 2.5 minutes gone, and we've already seen about 5 or 6 whistles. There's still plenty of time here, Will. There's no need to start getting too aggressive if you're the Trojans and risk putting yourself in an odd man advantage going the other way.
They just need to look to play some nice, simple hockey, keep it calm and cool. Don't force any passes, just make everything natural.
Face-off won by the Trojans, sent down low. But the Kings, again, doing a good job of us closing out and just getting into the lane first. And we're gonna have a slash coming up here to Mackenzie Welke. He got his stick into a Kings player. Then he drives Regan Doig into the boards afterwards. As the frustration beginning to show for the Trojans. And Mackenzie here gonna even up the score with his brother in terms of penalty minutes, as he's also gonna go to the box for 2. Although we gotta say though, the biggest strength so far this year for the Trojans though has been their penalty kill.
If anything, maybe they're looking forward to the penalty kill unit to get some momentum back onto their side.
Yeah, a big kill could go a long way if they want to get back into this one. That shot from Davis goes sailing wide. Nice cross-ice pass again. Working the puck around are the Kings. Davis, big shot, blocked by Hannes. Second opportunity, again blocked. Caden Hannes always showing he's not afraid to give up the body. That shot goes sailing wide. Skeeves tries to play that one around Miller, loses the handle of it. Centering pass. Big save by Bilwa.
Any better?
Trenum now off the turnover. Just gains the blue line, throws it towards the goal. Picked up now by Davis. 50 seconds gone in the power play. And now taking back-to-back games against a team that they really don't like in the SAIT Trojans. I think Red Deer has got to be feeling really good, and for us, I mean, we're excited because these two teams, they're going to play each other 2 more times this year.
And the Red Deer just looked very hungry. They look hungry to start the year, obviously really upset with how their season ended last year and not wanting to feel that same way they did last year's this year. So they're looking hungry. They look like they really mean business, and they look like a scary team and a team to be not to be messed with throughout this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the Trojans, life does not get any easier for them next week. Friday, right here at Winsport, they're going to play the first half of a back-to-back against the Nate Ooks, their Edmonton rivals, and a team that last year, they won the ACAC Men's Hockey Championship. So next week, things continue to get more difficult for the Trojans. What do they got to do next week to try and get back in the win column?
They got to start their game off stronger than they did today. They got to play a full 60. The penalty killing units was the big bright star for today. If they can keep that up, that's good. But creating chances and capitalizing on mistakes from their opposition. There was lots of mistakes from Red Deer that SAIT just could not capitalize on here. They had 16 shots at the end of the game. They could easily had 25 if they were able to capitalize on some mistakes and just finish their play stronger.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, even though they dropped a 2-2 here for the Trojans, I feel like they have the pieces to really put together a strong team. Personally, I want to see Spencer Welke get another opportunity in goal. Nothing against Boston Bilwa, but Spencer Welke's played 1 game now in ACAC action. He has a shutout against the Portage Thunder. And, you know, now they have this amazing second line that really showed up tonight with Brandon Machado, who now leads the ACAC with 6 points, and then Ty Carrier, who picked up a couple of goals, and the former Nate Ook, Brett Trenum, who had a couple points as well tonight. So they have the pieces, right, Will?
Yeah, they do. And honestly, I don't think their record really tells how good this team is. 2-2 was not the record that I think anyone expected by the end of this week, and I think we all expected 3-1 for SAIT. And they need that top line to start going. They haven't really got any offensive production from that top line. Carson Welke's the only one with the goal on that top line.
Yeah, absolutely. There's big struggles for the Welke twins, who really dominated last year, but I feel like they're going to pick it up. You feel like they're going to pick it up. And that's everything we have for you here today at Winsport. Trojans fall to 2-2 on the season. We'll see you next Friday night right here at Winsport, SAIT versus Nate.